a grim reminder that you need to adhere to the seatbelt sign when it's turned on a plane. In Toronto, a plane wound up completely upside down. 80 people on the plane, 76 passengers, 4 crew members. Miraculously, they're all supposed to survive. The plane landed upside down. So there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me. One is how everybody survived, but I'm going to take that as a massive win.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody told you your plane is going to land upside down that you're riding on, you're expecting that you would perish.
I don't know if I'd expect to perish, but certainly would expect injuries. And there were people that were injured, but yeah, it's obviously awesome that no one is expected to die. There are some people in critical condition. I'm not entirely sure how that all works. I think that means ICU. I don't know, but hopefully those people will fully recover, because one of them is also a child. So hopefully that'll be something where they can recover quickly from those injuries. But a massive praise there that no one is dead.
Yeah, of course. We wish everybody a speedy recovery, and even miraculous too that you're talking about. It says about 18 people, it looks like, wound up with injuries, going to the hospital and whatever, a few in critical condition. And even that means that over 50 people, or right around 50 people, right? Landed in a plane upside down.
Yep.
And walked away completely unscathed.
Completely fine.
That, again, you probably would expect if a plane landed upside down, you'd be thinking, well, probably the worst.
Yeah.
And you certainly wouldn't be thinking, well, I'm just going to walk away from this as if nothing happened. And yet that is exactly what is going on for many people from this flight. It was from Minneapolis to Toronto. And what I do not understand, and this is the question I would answer, and I've looked at so many articles, and nobody knows yet, at least not enough to say, how does a plane wind up upside down?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. They did say that the runway conditions were dry and there were no crosswinds. That's what the fire chief said. That was like the responding, crew or whatever, to this accident. And upon further review of the photos from the crash, I would like to disagree. I know the plane probably ended up in a place that wasn't the actual landing area, but it looks pretty covered with snow and ice and whatnot. And so I don't know if I fully agree with the idea that there were no possibilities of some type of slick ice or spots on that runway. Because I just, like you said, I have no other idea of what would cause this. It would make sense if the pilot hit a slick spot and loses control of the plane while they're landing, and that is how they end up doing this.
That seems like a simple explanation.
Right.
I'm not a pilot or have any expertise in any of this area. It's really shocking to people, but I've never done any flight school or anything. So I have no hypotheses or anything, though your explanation seems like a simple, easy to understand one. I just want somebody to say something. Yeah. Because at the moment, it's just the plane wound up upside down. How? I don't know.
I mean, the fire chief to me saying this thing of the conditions were dry and there was no crosswinds, it almost makes it seem like this pilot's an idiot. It's like, well, the conditions were fine. What were you doing?
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that that's actually the case. And so I'm also like, you're a fire chief. How do you know that the complete landing strip was fine?
Yeah.
So, I feel like there's probably more information that will come out later that'll be like, yeah, actually there was a patch of ice. This is Toronto, Canada.
Well, it's Toronto, Canada. You think they haven't seen ice before?
Well, that's true too. And
maybe that's the problem. The runway was so dry that they're just like, we're not used to this.
Right.
So non-ice.
They were overcompensating.
Yeah, I have no idea. But, I mean, obviously, investigations will be had and answers, I'm sure, will come out at one point. But, again, a miracle that everybody seems to be walking away, at least walking away, surviving. A few injuries, but still, even that, a miracle considering the conditions that this plane wound up in.
That's right.
So of course, a speedy recovery to everybody. And just unbelievable.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.